What if the biggest financial lie is not something obvious, but something you've believed your entire life? Because for decades, people have been told the same formula: work hard, save money, be disciplined, and one day you'll be rich. But when you look at the real data in 2026, this idea doesn't fully match reality anymore. Let's start with the global economy. According to institutions like the IMF and World Bank, global growth in 2026 is still happening. But here's the problem: that growth is weak. Global GDP is expected to grow around 2.7% to 3.3%, which is significantly lower than historical averages. That means the system is still moving, but much slower than before. And when growth slows down, opportunities shrink. Now let's talk about inflation. Yes, inflation has come down compared to previous peaks, but it hasn't disappeared. In fact, global inflation is still around 2.6% to 3% in 2026. That might sound normal, but here's what most people don't realize. Prices don't go back down, they stay high, which means your cost of living keeps rising, even when inflation falls, and that slowly erodes your purchasing power. Now combine that with wages. In many countries, wages are not increasing fast enough to keep up with long-term price increases. So even if you're working hard, even if you're saving money, you're not actually getting ahead. You're just trying to keep up. And this is where the lie begins to break. Because the system was never designed for everyone to become wealthy. It was designed for stability. Now look at interest rates. For years, the global economy ran on cheap money. Low interest rates made it easy to borrow. Governments borrowed, companies borrowed, consumers borrowed. But today, that era is over. In 2026, interest rates are higher and expected to stay higher for longer. Some economists even warn of painful rates ahead due to inflation and geopolitical pressures. And this changes everything. Because higher rates don't just slow growth, they make debt heavier. And right now, the world is full of debt. Governments, companies, and households are carrying record levels of it. So when interest rates rise, it doesn't just affect new borrowing, it stresses the entire system. By Reuters, we're already seeing the effects. Borrowing costs are rising globally. In some countries, they've reached levels not seen since the 2008 financial crisis. That means mortgages become more expensive, loans become harder to manage, businesses face more pressure. And when businesses struggle, jobs are affected. Now add geopolitics to the equation. In 2026, global tensions are high. Conflicts in key regions are disrupting supply chains and pushing energy prices higher. This has a direct impact on the economy. When oil prices rise, transport becomes more expensive, production costs increase, food prices go up, and that feeds directly back into inflation. Some analysts even describe the current situation as one of the biggest global economic shocks since COVID and previous crises. And here's where it gets interesting, because despite all of this, markets still go up sometimes. Stocks rise, indexes recover, and it creates an illusion that everything is fine. But look closer. Markets today are extremely reactive. They move based on headlines, fear, and expectations, not just strong fundamentals. This is called volatility. And historically, volatility is often one of the earliest warning signs of deeper instability. At the same time, investor behavior is changing. Markets react faster than ever. One piece of news can push prices up. Another can erase gains in hours. This is not confidence. This is nervousness. And nervous systems are fragile systems. Now here's the part most people never question. A financial system does not need to collapse overnight to be broken. It can slowly weaken over time. And that's exactly what many experts are pointing to. A system that still works on the surface, but is under increasing pressure underneath. Because think about it. If growth is slowing, inflation is persistent, debt is high, interest rates are rising, global tensions are increasing, then the system is not stable, it's stretched. And when something is stretched long enough, it becomes fragile. So what is the biggest financial lie? It's not that working hard is useless, it's not that saving money is wrong. The lie is this, that these things alone are enough to make you rich in the system we live in today. Because the system has changed, and if you don't understand how it actually works, you're not playing the same game. And by the time most people realize this, they've already spent years following a formula that no longer works the same way. This doesn't mean everything will collapse tomorrow. It doesn't mean a crash is guaranteed. But it does mean one thing. The rules are different now, and the sooner you see that, the better your chances of adapting.